Hello everyone is shaping up to be an incredible year for gaming, packed with a wide variety of exciting titles. With us, you'll never miss a game. So, let's dive in and review the top 15 games of January 2025, Part 1. Bandai Namco has delivered a comprehensive remaster of one of the Tales series' finest entries. Beyond the expected graphical enhancements, this edition introduces a suite of quality-of-life improvements. Players have extensive control over their gameplay experience, with the ability to toggle encounters on or off, and access a variety of grade options from the start, putting customization entirely in their hands. Tales of Graces remains a must-play even without these additions, thanks to its compelling political narrative and expertly woven character dynamics. The series' signature character-driven skits return in full force, with around 400 included, featuring a talented voice cast including industry veterans like Laura Bailey and Cassandra Lee Morris. Combat revolves around exploiting enemy weaknesses and strategically developing character titles. With over 500 titles available, party members can gain stat boosts, new arties, and other bonuses like costumes and increased drop rates. Tales of Graces F Remastered is an exceptional action JRPG, and these enhancements only make it better. Wuthering Waves is a brand new, free-to-play, open-world anime RPG and hero collector that delivers some of the fastest, most intense action combat in its genre. You play as Rover, awakening in a mysterious world under reconstruction. As you explore and uncover its secrets, you'll encounter powerful allies known as Resonators, who join you in battling enemies, bosses, and tackling challenges across the unfolding storyline. Combat revolves around building a team of 3 Resonators, seamlessly swapping between them using intro and outro skills, chaining ultimate and resonance abilities, and my personal favorite, the Echo system. Throughout the world, you'll battle creatures called Tacit Discords, TDs, and sometimes defeating them lets you absorb their echo. Equipping an echo allows you to temporarily transform into that monster for a powerful attack. Beyond its top-tier combat and echo mechanics, Wuthering Waves offers a vast open world packed with puzzles, collectibles, world bosses, infinite monster farming, and an epic, fully voice-acted, ever-expanding story with every update. The Quinfall is an RPG adventure where you wield a sword and embark on an epic journey through the vast Quinfall universe. Experience thrilling battles and an immersive narrative while diving into medieval life with dozens of unique professions in this all-new MMORPG. Venture into the largest MMORPG world, spanning an impressive 2016 km². Your adventure unfolds across 5 diverse regions, each with its own distinct climate and environment. The dynamic world evolves in real time, featuring a fully integrated 4-season system, changing weather conditions, and a realistic day-night cycle. With a living, ever-changing landscape, the Quinfall offers an unparalleled open-world MMORPG experience, where exploration, combat, and deep role-playing elements come together to create a rich, immersive journey. Sea Fantasy is a 2D survival game centered around a 16-year-old kid with a natural talent for fishing. Using his skills, he catches fish to earn money and collect valuable materials essential for survival and progression. In this immersive adventure, players navigate a vast oceanic world, casting their lines to reel in various fish species, each offering different rewards. Selling these catches provides the means to upgrade equipment, acquire resources, and unlock new opportunities. The game blends survival mechanics with a fishing-based economy, challenging players to manage their time and resources efficiently. Whether trading for better gear or uncovering hidden treasures beneath the waves, every fishing expedition brings new challenges and rewards. With its engaging 2D visuals and a compelling survival loop, Sea Fantasy offers a unique experience where mastery of fishing plays a key role in shaping the young protagonist's journey. Adapt, strategize, and thrive in this oceanic survival adventure. Normally, when a sequel takes a bold new direction, I embrace the change. Just look at my unwavering love for Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts as proof. But after spending over a dozen hours with Hyper Light Breaker, a spiritual successor rather than a direct sequel to one of my all-time favorite indie games, Hyper Light Drifter, I can't help but feel like Vito Corleone, lamenting how they've massacred my boy. Beneath its surface, there's the foundation of a solid action RPG hidden within this brutally challenging co-op roguelite, but it's currently buried under clunky combat mechanics, shallow and often frustrating exploration, and a lack of meaningful content that starts to feel repetitive within just a few hours. Granted, this is an early access release, meaning there's potential for major improvements over time. However, in its current state, Hyper Lightbreaker is more of a letdown than an exciting evolution, leaving much to be desired in its execution. Star Wars Hunters is a battle royale game set in the Star Wars universe, where players take control of iconic characters and customize both their weapons and attributes. This fast-paced multiplayer experience lets players modify their guns and character features to suit their preferred playstyle, adding depth to each battle. Step into the arena with a diverse lineup of heroes, bounty hunters, and stormtroopers, each possessing unique abilities. The game emphasizes strategic customization, allowing players to upgrade blasters, tweak character traits, and optimize their loadouts for an edge in combat. With immersive battle arenas inspired by the franchise, Star Wars Hunters delivers adrenaline-fueled action where every match feels dynamic and engaging. Players can fine-tune their strategies in real time, ensuring thrilling competition. Featuring real-time combat and extensive customization options, the game offers an exciting challenge for both Star Wars fans and competitive gamers, bringing the galaxy's fiercest warriors into an epic showdown. It strikes me that the Orcs Must Die series and the tower defense genre in general shares a surprising resemblance to factory games like Satisfactory and Factorio. While those games focus on processing raw materials like iron and coal into spaceship components, Orcs Must Die is all about funneling waves of cartoonish monsters into elaborate machines that churn out, well, mulched cartoon monsters. Maybe one day we'll find a way to build spaceships from all that goop, but for now, the sheer joy of creating it is more than enough. Orcs Must Die. Deathtrap takes the series' signature action tower defense formula and reworks it into a fresh structure. Instead of a linear progression of levels to tackle one by one, players now face a roguelite-style gauntlet of randomly selected stages, each packed with modifiers that can enhance both the player and the orcs in unpredictable ways. The challenge culminates in a thrilling boss fight, adding an extra layer of excitement to the chaos. Arken Age embraces a distinct theme with stunning environments and stylish visuals that complement its solid, immersive soundtrack. The music perfectly matches the game's atmosphere, enhancing the overall experience. The story lays a strong foundation, setting up an engaging narrative. Combat is a major highlight, blending melee and gunplay with physics similar to blade and sorcery, making every encounter feel impactful and satisfying. Exploration is equally rewarding, with fluid movement mechanics like jumping, swimming, and climbing, turning each level into a playground for experimentation. The game also boasts one of the most user-friendly UIs ever seen, making navigation seamless. However, Arken Age has some shortcomings. Enemy and boss variety is somewhat lacking. Most foes fall into two categories: small humanoids with various weapons and larger, muscular enemies introduced later in the game. Trophy hunting is fun and straightforward, though the final trophy requires 1,000 total kills, meaning most players will need extra time grinding arenas on the easiest difficulty to reach it. Dynasty Warriors Origins lives up to its name by bringing Omega Force back to the franchise's roots, delivering the large-scale hack-and-slash action the series is known for, while incorporating smart new mechanics that succeed where Dynasty Warriors 9 fell short. This entry hones in on the early events of the Three Kingdoms era, offering a deeper exploration of the time period with a stronger focus on storytelling and character development. By centering on the rise of the Yellow Turban Rebellion and leading up to the climactic Battle of Chibi, Origins provides a tightly woven narrative that captures the chaos and grandeur of the era. A unique twist is the perspective of an amnesiac warrior who encounters legendary figures like Guan Yu, Dongzhuo, and Lu Bu for the first time. This fresh approach is clearly designed to be more accessible to newcomers, making the game's rich history and iconic characters easier to engage with for those diving into the series for the first time. Aloft strives to blend the soothing elements of a cozy game with the more intense survival crafting mechanics, all set within a floating archipelago reminiscent of The Legend of Zelda: Skyward Sword. This unusual combination works well in some aspects, particularly with its incredible floating island ship hybrid building system and the laid-back cooperative exploration that makes adventuring with friends a relaxing experience. However, in its current early access form, Aloft falls short in a few areas. The game lacks sufficient content, features more repetitive combat encounters than it should, and struggles with performance issues that become increasingly frustrating over time. For those familiar with the survival genre, Aloft will feel instantly recognizable. Players gather resources by swinging pickaxes and standard axes to collect stone, wood, and other essential materials, gradually crafting their way to greater power and stability. While the foundation is promising, it still needs more depth and polish to truly soar. Donkey Kong Country Returns HD has always been the tougher, more unforgiving counterpart to the welcoming and accessible Super Mario series. While both franchises are rooted in classic side-scrolling platforming, Donkey Kong Country Returns is known less for carefree jumping and more for its intense, jaw-clenching challenge. Now, as the Nintendo Switch enters its 8th year and Nintendo continues revisiting past titles, Donkey Kong Country Returns makes its comeback with a version that merges the features of the Wii and 3DS releases, including assist options and visual upgrades, while still maintaining its notoriously tough-as-nails difficulty, which may deter more casual platformer fans. This Switch edition preserves the adjustments made in the 2013 3DS port, such as Modern Mode, formerly New Mode, which adds extra items in Cranky's shop and an additional health point. With banana coins being plentiful, players can easily purchase items that tweak difficulty, from puzzle-finding assists to temporary invincibility. Of course, purists can opt for Original Mode to experience the full Wii challenge. The game also shines on Switch, especially on the OLED screen. Eternal Strands immediately draws players into its rich fantasy world, where magic is intricately woven like threads into the fabric of existence. From the very start, the setting feels compelling, making exploration an exciting prospect to uncover its history and diverse cultures. The world building maintains a sense of wonder with breathtaking environments that serve as dynamic playgrounds for the game's physics-based magic system. However, while the setting is fascinating, the story itself doesn't always weave together as seamlessly. The narrative often leans on familiar fantasy tropes, such as a mysterious magical catastrophe that reshaped the world and an all-consuming corrupting force that must be avoided at all costs. Despite these well-worn plot elements, the game's rich historical backdrop adds depth, bringing life to its world. Engaging NPCs make the story more immersive, encouraging players to revisit them and learn about their personal journeys. The game's somber tone is further enhanced by lore-filled collectibles, making exploration rewarding. The Sniper Elite series has long embraced creative Agent 47-style assassination scenarios, allowing players to take down Nazis in inventive ways. Sniper Elite Resistance marks the fourth return to this tried-and-true formula in just over a decade. And while it remains enjoyable, it also carries a strong sense of déjà vu. Despite being a fresh campaign set in the French countryside, it often feels like something players have experienced before. Like its predecessors, Sniper Elite is a third-person shooter set during World War II, with the option to switch to first-person while aiming. The series is renowned for its deep ballistic physics, factoring in wind, bullet drop, and positioning to create a realistic sniping experience. Its signature feature, the X-ray kill cam, returns in all its gruesome glory, showing bullets tearing through enemies in slow motion. Well-placed shots can blow out eyes, rupture hearts, or even obliterate certain sensitive areas, making every kill a brutal but satisfying display of precision marksmanship. Assetto Corsa Evo is shaping up to be one of the most thrilling racing games of 2025. Developer Kunos Simulazioni is building a vast open-world map of the German countryside, which surrounds the iconic Nürburgring Nordschleife, and it's set to be one of the largest in racing games. The map will span 1,1600 square kilometers, roughly 15 times the size of Forza Horizon 5. However, we'll have to wait a bit, as the first portion of the map won't arrive in the Evo Early Access version until mid-year, with more content to follow. For now, the game offers 5 tracks and 20 cars to explore. The good news is that the driving experience is exceptional right from the start, maintaining the series' high standard. However, in its current state, that's essentially all there is to Evo. While it's exciting for fans of the series, it's hard to argue that Assetto Corsa Evo makes a compelling case as a must-buy for anyone not eager to dive into its early laps before the full experience unfolds. Finally, Marvel's Spider-Man 2 is available for PC gamers, and while the gameplay is excellent, the true highlight of the game is its story. It gives players the opportunity to switch between playing as Peter and Miles, who team up to protect New York City from Kraven, a brutal warrior intent on turning the city into his hunting ground. Their personal lives are no less challenging. Peter is struggling to find a stable job, while Miles grapples with the trauma of losing both his father and a close friend within the same year. The heart of Spider-Man 2 lies in the theme of loneliness and how Peter, Miles, and those around them cope with it. At the game's start, both Spider-Men feel adrift, yearning for companionship to fill the emotional void. Peter's attempts to convince Mary Jane to move in fall short, while Miles watches his friends move forward with their lives while he's consumed with his responsibilities as Spider-Man. The game's story effectively draws players into the lives of both protagonists, creating a compelling narrative that connects all characters, both heroic and villainous, through a mix of main story and side missions. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, give us a like, tell us your favorite game in the comments, and check the description below for great offer links.